listen. There comes a point in life where you realize something powerful. You don't need more. You need control. The world keeps telling you, eat more, buy more, take more, chase more. Run after every desire until your soul collapses under the weight of your own hunger. But the truth is simple. A man who cannot control his desires will be controlled by them. Today, I'm going to give you a rule, a Japanese rule, a warrior rule, a life rule, a rule that created some of the longest living and mentally strongest people on earth. It is called Hara Hachi Bu. Hara Hachi Bu. Stop at 80% full. Not only in food, but in life, in emotions, in decisions, in battles, in desires. This is the discipline you have been searching for. Section 1. The Power of Less. In Okinawa, elders live long, strong, calm, and sharp. They don't chase excess. They don't stuff themselves with pleasure. They don't drown in desires. They follow one rule. I will stop before I'm full. I will stop before I'm tempted. I will stop before I lose control. Because they understand something the modern world forgot. Excess kills. Balance builds. Control transforms. We live in a generation where people don't eat because they're hungry. They eat because they're empty. They don't chase goals because they're inspired. They chase goals because they feel unworthy. They don't want success. They want validation. Hara Hachi Bu destroys that weakness. It teaches you strength is not in taking more. Strength is in knowing when to stop. Section 2. Control your desires before they control you. Let me tell you something raw. Desire is not your enemy. Your lack of control is. Desire is fire. Uncontrolled fire burns you alive. Controlled fire lights your path. Most people lose their life to their desires. They desire food and become slaves to appetite. They desire approval and become slaves to people. They desire pleasure and become prisoners of addiction. They desire comfort and become enemies of discipline. Hara Hachi Bu teaches you to say enough, not because you're weak, but because you're powerful enough to walk away. Imagine how your life would change if you stopped eating at 80%, you stopped arguing at 80%, you stopped scrolling at 80%, you stopped reacting at 80%, you stopped wasting time at 80%. Imagine the power, imagine the focus, imagine the discipline. This is not a food rule. This is a life weapon. Section 3. The Samurai Parallel. Samurai lived by a similar principle. Never be full, never be empty. Always be ready. If your stomach is full, your body becomes slow. If your mind is full of negativity, your decisions become weak. If your heart is full of desires, your soul becomes blind. Samurai understood balance. Okinawans embodied it. Now you must practice it, because you're not fighting the world, you're fighting yourself. And the greatest warrior is the one who defeats the enemy within. Section 4. The Science of 80%. When you stop at 80%, your body becomes lighter, your mind becomes clearer, your spirit becomes calmer, your discipline becomes stronger, your body burns cleaner, your hormones stabilize, your hunger sharpens your focus, your clarity becomes razor sharp. You become dangerous, not because you take more, but because you need less. Section 5. Emotional Hara Hachi Bu. Let's go deeper. Hara Hachi Bu is also emotional discipline. You don't respond to 100% of anger. You stop at 80%. You don't react to 100% of provocation. You stop at 80%. You don't give 100% trust to strangers. You stop at 80%. You don't express 100% of your plans. You stop at 80%. You keep your power. You keep your mystery. You keep your advantage. Life is a battlefield, and the one who controls his emotions wins the war. Section 6. Mental Hara Hachi Bu. Your mind has limits. If you fill it with trash, there will be no space for greatness. Most people overconsume. Too many videos, too many opinions, too many distractions, too many comparisons. Their minds are stuffed like overeaten stomachs. No room for clarity, no space for growth. But the warrior, the disciplined one, the one on his path, he practices mental Hara Hachi Bu. I will consume less than I desire. I will leave space for wisdom. I will leave space for growth. That's how you become dangerous. Section 7. The Rule of the 80% Life. Apply this rule everywhere. 1. Eat until 80% full. Build discipline. 2. Work until 80% exhausted. Avoid burnout. 3. Speak 80%. Keep mystery and respect. 4. React 80%. Stay calm and in control. 5. Plan 80%. Leave room for opportunity. 6. Learn 80%. Stay humble, always a student. 7. Desire 80%. Avoid obsession. The remaining 20%? That is your power reserve. That is your edge. That is your advantage. That is the difference between you and everyone else. Section 8. Why most people fail. Most people fail not because of lack of effort, but because of lack of control. They don't know when to stop. They don't know when to say no. They don't know when to hold back. They don't know how to face desire. They overeat, they overspend, they overthink, they overreact, they overcomplicate. They lose control, and then blame the world for what they did to themselves. The world doesn't destroy you. Your inability to stop destroys you. But not you, not anymore. You are choosing discipline. You are choosing Hara Hachi Bu. You are choosing mastery. Section 9. The Transformation Process. Here is what will happen when you live by this principle. Day 1 through 7. Your body will resist. Your mind will complain. Your desires will scream. You will crave the old you, but you must stay strong. Day 7 through 14. You feel lighter. You think clearer. You act with more intention. You feel more control. You begin to understand power. Day 14-30. People notice the difference. You speak less, but your words carry weight. You want less, but you achieve more. You look calmer, but feel stronger. After 30 days, you've created a new identity, a new discipline, a new edge, a new life. You've become someone who doesn't get controlled by desire, you control it. You've become a warrior of restraint. Section 10. The Warrior's Declaration. Say these words with me. I will not be the slave of desire. I will not be controlled by cravings. I will stop at 80%. I will live with balance, clarity, and discipline. I will master myself. This is the voice of a warrior. This is the voice of transformation. Final section, the closing. Remember this, most people chase more, but the wise chase less. Most people want everything, but the strong choose discipline. Most people fill themselves until they break, but the warrior stops before the breaking point. The world is loud, desires are loud, temptations are loud, but your discipline must be louder. Hara Hachi Bu is not about eating less, it is about becoming more focused, more disciplined, more powerful, more intentional, more dangerous, more in control of your life. The man who controls his desires controls his destiny. And from today, that man is you.